बाइक मॉडिफिकेशन पे वीडियो चाहिए तो लोकेशन भी तो चाहिए ना।
So hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and I told you that we are going to be at a exotic location. So we are in Paradise Beach, Pondicherry, and it's hot, it's a little hot, but we finally found some shade. So if you pan towards the left, you will see what's giving us shade. These gorgeous coconut trees. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about my project, which is my motorcycle. Like everybody's motorcycle is their project. So I'm going to cover all the modifications that I have done on the Dominar 2019, and of course here's my bike. It's called Artemis, if you guys did not know. So starting off, alright guys, so modification number 1 is the number plate relocator. So the Dominar stock number plate is right on top over here with 2 brackets. I removed it only because I wanted a cleaner look here. This is from Luvia. This costed about 990 rupees. So if you come closer, you must have heard criticism about the fact that there is a tendency that this can break off, or this is unsafe. But trust me guys, we have 2 bolts over here. This is an L clamp, and then we have 2 nuts, and these 2 nuts are on each side, so it's pretty secured. I've been using this for about I would say a year now, and it's pretty solid. It's not moved or budged an inch, and I would say if you like this look, you can go for it. The one drawback that you have over here is it covers a small part of your low beam, so you can see it is visible when you're on low beam. There's a shadow that forms because of this. If you ask for my recommendation, you can go in for an under clamp, which is right over here, which is preferred. So guys, next what we have is the best in its class, best for the Dominar, the carbon racing windshield. And this is something that I have bought immediately after purchasing the bike. So this is as old as the bike. This is a semi-smoked windshield that I have, and now with carbon racing you're also getting the stabilizers. Honestly, in my opinion, you don't need the stabilizers because it doesn't rattle, it doesn't vibrate. I constantly ride on the highway against winds of easily about 110-120 kilometers per hour. My honest recommendation, suggestion would be going for this. I know Ravi very well, who owns Carbon Racing, and he told me that it's high time that the windshield that you have from Carbon Racing will get upgrade. So you can see a new model coming up very soon. And guys, without fail, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. It's a lot of hard work doing this, and your encouragement means a lot, and we would love to see you guys support the channel. Our channel is called Bruce Bums. We are on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook with the same handle. So please encourage and support our channel as we explore India. So now coming to the third upgrade that I have over here are these knuckle guards. So again, if you want to talk about knuckle guards, the one brand that comes to mind are Barkbusters. Barkbusters are insanely expensive. If you talk about Barkbusters, that's easily about 12 grand a pop, which honestly I did not want to invest in. So what I've done is I've got these knuckle guards which are from Bandido's Pit Stop. If you come a little closer, you can notice that these are pretty solid. This is aluminium braided, covered with fiber, and I would say they would protect your levers and your hand from an impact. I've put all my body weight and I've pressed it, doesn't budge. And if you come closer, I can show you what kind of modification I had to do to basically have these fitted. So come this side. So right here, if you see, firstly talking about the aluminium braiding, it's right here, pretty solid, doesn't move at all. So these are KTM 390 spacers, as well as the last part. So these two joints are from the KTM 390, and this is where the knuckle guards actually adjoin. You need to buy 2 more washers and a longer bolt. So let me know in the comment section if you want me to do a detailed video of how you get these installed. These were really cheap. These were about $14.50, which is, I would say, definitely worth it. And I think the stickers did wash out after, I would say, a couple of weeks. So I got these stickers done. These are about 90 rupees from a local stickering place. So coming to the fourth modification over here, the Carbon Racing frame sliders. Again, very, very solid. I did not want to go in for those big, massive crash guards that you have from Zana, from Hyper Rider. I think firstly, it is already a heavy motorcycle. Adding more weight is a challenge. Ever since I have swapped these out, of course, you had a lot of people complaining about the bolts breaking, torque, leg guard not being strong enough. All of that was already there. I think this gives the bike a very neat look, and I've already verified if it falls, it will protect my engine without any doubt. And with God's grace, I haven't had an accident yet, but I strongly would suggest that you can go in for the frame sliders, give you a nice, neat look. About 4,500 for the pair, definitely worth it. So modification number 5. So here we have the radiator grille from Carbon Racing. This is in the black color variant that you have. Again, the stock one that you get is nothing but a fiber one, which is not great. Again, your radiator has fins. When you're riding on the highway against the wind, there's a definite possibility that stones could ricochet off and damage your radiator. So again, 1990 for this. Flush fit, fits perfectly, no vibration, and again it adds to a little look on the bike as well. So again, a wonderful product from Carbon Racing again. Yeah, so modification number 6. So this is the Simtac Hazard Flasher. This is again a flush fit flasher that you have. It has about 15 patterns, and as you can see, this is something that's really useful when you're stopping on the highway, when it's dark, when you're riding against fog. So all of that, you need to ensure that you have the hazard flashers right over here. And different patterns, I'm going to change a few just to show you. And you can install them by yourself. Really simple, but you will have to take apart the entire front end. So that's easily about 12 screws. But again, you can do it by yourself. All you need to do is just disconnect one of the wires which are vacant and just fit the hazard flasher. So this is from Simtac, one of the best. You get a 6 months warranty. I've been using them for about a year now and very happy with it. Alright, so the last modification that we have on the front end of the bike is the Bobo charger. If you come closer, this costed me around $17.90. This is from a Bangalore based company called Bobo. The phone basically rests against this. I would strongly recommend, if you have the budget, please go in for the Claw, which is from RAM mounts. Again, you have, I would say it is preferred if you have something that supports your phone from all directions. So I would say this is pretty solid. It also has, if you come closer, it also has basically a Qualcomm 3.0 charger, which is right here below. There is a waterproof switch which is underneath, which turns it on. If you talk about charging, they say it supports fast charging, but if you talk about the OnePlus device, I think it charged about 50%, 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes, which is not bad when you're on the move. But if you have your GPS on, the charging is a little slow. So if you ask me, on the move, strong recommendation would be that you either charge it through a fast charging power bank using your tank bag, which is right here, or alternatively you can look at charging your phones when you take a tea break, because honestly every place has a power point, and you have these fast chargers these days. You have 20 minutes and about half a day's worth of charge. So I've never had a challenge with charging my devices. I carry a power bank, but many a times whenever we take a 20-minute break for lunch, a 30-minute break for breakfast, you can charge your devices, so it's not a problem there. So here we have all the modifications that I have done on the Domina only on the front end, and the rest of the video would continue. And as I mentioned, I'm going to do this video in some of the best locations India has to offer. So off to the next location, and we are going to do that in a jiffy. So we are back in another location. This time it is the Kumargaon. We are in Kerala now with the backwaters behind me, and we are continuing our modification video for the Domina. So right here, one part which I missed out on covering was the handlebar raisers, which I have installed, which are from Carbon Racing. This add about an inch and a half to the rider, as I am 5'11". So when you're touring on the highway, the extra height really makes a lot of difference. I have felt that the handling and the posture is much better for me after I've put on the handlebar raisers. And now we also have a Type 2 handlebar raiser, which is with an option of raising up to 2 inches, wherein you'll have to do some modifications to your clutch and accelerator cables, but otherwise the 1.5 inch is a flush fit. Very easy to install, and I've done this by myself as well. So it's very simple. Now covering the rear part of the vehicle, what I have here, the first part is the exhaust slider. This is something from Carbon Racing, which is very important as well as really cheap. This was about 600 rupees from Carbon Racing, which protects your entire exhaust assembly, which is around 27,000 rupees. If in case you fall, most of the impact is expected to be taken by the exhaust slider, even protecting your shield. So there's no way that you would have to pay for anything but the slider. So this is a very good addition to the bike. Along with that, coming to the saddle stairs, which are again from Adventor Carbon Racing. Top of the line, I really like the finish of it. It really goes well with the finish, or complementing, you could say, the fiber of the motorcycle. Most importantly, I did not, again, looking at the crash guard, want to go with something which is metal. Again, metal adds a lot of weight, leads to a lot of vibration. I have had this for about a year and a half. There's hardly any rusting on it, and I've used it in coastal cities also. I was in Goa for 4 weeks, so in no way this has started rusting. Doesn't rattle and has been solid throughout, so I would definitely recommend this. And the saddle stay also is a universal bracket, which will support the Carbon Racing panniers when they launch. So once we get the panniers, of course, I'm waiting for it for almost a year. Once we get it, we'll have our entire luggage system sorted for the Domina. Now coming to the last part, this was something that we covered in our unboxing video also, which was the Luvia top rack as well as the ASG top box. So if you have not seen that video, we'll leave the link in the description and you can have a look at it. So here we have the ASG top box, but I'll rather show you the top rack once again. So again, the top box is a very practical thing to have when you're on the go. Now I've been on the road for almost I would say 11 days, covered about 2500 kilometers all around India. So if you come closer, this is somewhere where I dump some of my water, anything that I buy, even my 18-liter tank bag, which I have from Guardian Gears, also easily gets accommodated here. So it's wonderful to have this. You can pack everything up, seal it down, and then you can leave. You can explore the city wherever you can. And coming to dismounting this, again, if it is loaded, it is a little challenging, but if not, then it is reasonably simple. All you need to do is remove the screw. I'm going to press this, lift it up, and here it goes. So the top box gets disconnected immediately without any trouble. Now talking about the top rack, I would say pretty solid. This is done around 2500 kilometers in, you could say, the worst possible terrain. We've been through a lot of off-roading patches, some bad roads, and it is held well. There's not a lot of rattling when the top box is full. That's basically my observation. Alright, so talking about the top rack again, it's held well. Not a lot of vibration when the top box is full. I would say the bolts, changing them to stainless steel was a good option. No rusting. Again, this is just about 3 weeks since I've installed it. Pretty solid, doesn't rattle, which is one of the key things. And yeah, so I think this covers the overall video that I had in mind. Of course, we rode along some of the most beautiful scenic locations, and I was trying to look for something which is a little different from a beach, even though we were covering the coastline. So yes, this is my motorcycle. I will share all the links to every product which I've put on the motorcycle. I will also explain in the description box what I endorse, what is good to put on your motorcycle, what I would say has a better alternative for you guys to decide also, because of course once you buy and invest in something on your motorcycle, you would not want to swap that out immediately after buying it. You would want to use it for some more time, and sometimes when you buy something, there is an upgrade that comes after 2-3 months. So that's completely your choice depending on how much budget you have to spend on it. And most of my modifications are purely for touring purposes, because I tour a lot on my motorcycle. So luggage solutions, anything that helps the ergonomics of the motorcycle, makes it more comfortable for the rider. So these are the things that I have on my motorcycle. Last but not the least, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. Our channel's name is Bruce Bums. We have a lot of travel vlogs which are upcoming also. So we will have easily around 12 travel vlogs which would follow. 2 are already live on our channel. So please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Any questions on the motorcycle, anything that you would want me to explain of how it was installed, or if it has an alternative or a modification or a consequence after you install it, I'll be happy to take your questions. And peace out.
1 2 मैं बोलती हूँ तब स्टार्ट करना.
That's basically my observation. Yes, back model. This is transportation. So that was a 2-wheeler right there. Desi jugaad. If you don't want your bike to slip on the sand. So that's the point.